Sweet soul, can you feel that soft pull in your spirit? That stirring that feels like something ancient is trying to call your name from beyond the stars? That's not your imagination, that's heaven. That's the sound of God unlocking something He had hidden, something you were never supposed to miss. I, Archangel Michael, have stood beside this secret for so long, waiting for the exact moment to give it to you. And this is it. This is the night. The clock is ticking. Midnight is the seal. Once it closes, it does not open again easily. That's why I'm whispering this with urgency. Do not wait, not this time. What's inside this divine envelope will change the way the stars shine in your life. Yes, it's that powerful. You felt it, haven't you? That something big is supposed to happen in your life, but it always feels like it's just out of reach. Like it's in the room, but invisible. That's not frustration, that's a divine delay. And the delay wasn't denial. It was preparation. Because what God sealed up for you wasn't small. It wasn't ordinary. It wasn't something you could carry when your spirit was still broken from past pain. He waited for your heart to get strong enough, your tears to dry long enough, your faith to burn bright enough. And now He's unsealing it. I have been ordered to deliver it directly into your spirit, and I will not rest until you feel the weight of it in your bones. Before midnight, child. Before midnight, or the veil will fall again. Someone around you knows more than they've admitted. This might shock you. Someone close, someone who smiled when you wept, has been watching you for longer than you realize. Not to hurt you. No, something more complicated. They were told something about you by someone who visited them in a dream. This person didn't tell you because even they couldn't believe it. But they saw you. They saw the light in you. And instead of speaking it, they watched from a distance, wondering if it was real. I tell you now, it was. It is. And that light is what just triggered the seal to be broken. That's why I'm here, trembling, rushing, shouting in the spirit, because heaven is loud with your name right now. Your past did not disqualify you. In fact, the darkness you've come through has only made you more ready for this release. Let me be clear, what is being unsealed isn't just a blessing. It's a reversal. A reversal of everything you thought was lost. A reversal of every word they spoke over you. A reversal of every financial delay, romantic heartbreak, spiritual silence, and emotional breakdown. God didn't forget you. He reserved something. And I was told not to open it until tonight. And now, with every second, it's flowing, trickling from heaven like liquid light. You must be still long enough to drink from it. If your heart has ever whispered, I was meant for more, then you already knew this day was coming. Because your spirit has been rehearsing this encounter for years. You've walked past people who didn't understand your destiny. You've given love to those who couldn't hold the weight of your calling. But all along, God had something powerful locked in His chambers. And you, yes, you, are the only one with the key. That's why this message found you. Because your name was on a divine scroll, and I, Michael, was told to ensure you don't miss it. Glowing star, this is your moment to connect to the divine message. If your heart is racing and your soul feels this pull, subscribe now and unlock deeper access to more divine instructions you were never meant to face alone. Your next direction is waiting. Glowing star. You've been wondering why certain things felt blocked. Why your efforts were hitting walls. It's because what's yours wasn't in this world yet. It was still sealed. You were working hard for things heaven hadn't yet released. But now the timing has caught up with your faith. Now, you're aligned. And when heaven's alignment meets your obedience, nothing can stop the miracle. That job that didn't call back, that person that pulled away, that door that wouldn't open, all of it was protecting this exact hour. This before midnight moment. Tonight is not just another evening. It is sacred. Holy. Destined. Before the moon fades into tomorrow, something ancient must pass from the spiritual realm into your life. And only your soul can unlock it. That's why I'm here, pleading with fire in my wings. You're not late. You're on time. But you must listen now. Because if this scroll closes again, it won't be out of punishment, but preservation. God is trusting you with something He's hidden from kings and queens. Do not hesitate. This is a sacred scroll. And your hands are finally worthy. Don't be shocked if strange things begin happening as you read this. Someone may call out of nowhere. You may dream a name you haven't heard in years. Or feel a physical warmth rush across your chest. These aren't coincidences. They are confirmations. The veil is thin tonight, thinner than it's ever been in your lifetime. God is walking close to you right now, breathing your name into the atmosphere. He's pushing this miracle to the edge of Earth's plane. And all you must do is believe long enough for it to land. I'm guiding it. I've waited decades of your time for this mission. There's someone watching you right now from heaven. Yes, that one. The one you loved deeply. The one you think about when you stare at the sky. They know. They're aware of what's being opened. And they've been whispering to the angels for this moment to reach you. Don't cry. Or cry if you must. But know that their spirit is clapping right now. Because they knew you would reach this point. They knew you wouldn't give up, even when it hurt so badly. This unsealing, they've seen it. And tonight, they're closer than ever. You've been chosen to break something that's haunted your family for generations. There's a pattern that stops with you. A wound that God is finally stitching closed. That's part of what was hidden. The divine revelation that you were not just born to survive, but to set others free through your story. Yes, your story. All of it. Even the parts you were ashamed of. Especially the parts that nearly broke you. Those are the very fragments that heaven gathered and sealed for this day. So they can now be used as keys to open doors you didn't even know were shut. The pain was never wasted. The tears were never ignored. They were collected. Heaven stores pain like treasures, not to punish, but to pour back as wisdom, favor, and protection. That's what this scroll contains. It's not just one thing. It's everything. Compressed. Glorious. Explosive. God didn't forget you. He hid something for you. And now that it's time, even the stars can feel the shift in the air. That's why you feel dizzy. That's why you feel watched. You're standing in a realm between revelation and reality. You've been chosen to break something that's haunted your family for generations. There's a pattern that stops with you. A wound that God is finally stitching closed. That's part of what was hidden. The divine revelation that you were not just born to survive, but to set others free through your story. Yes, your story. All of it. Even the parts you were ashamed of. Especially the parts that nearly broke you. Those are the very fragments that heaven gathered and sealed for this day. So they can now be used as keys to open doors you didn't even know were shut. The pain was never wasted. The tears were never ignored. They were collected. Heaven stores pain like treasures, not to punish, but to pour back as wisdom, favor, and protection. That's what this scroll contains. It's not just one thing. It's everything. Compressed. Glorious. Explosive. God didn't forget you. He hid something for you. And now that it's time, even the stars can feel the shift in the air. That's why you feel dizzy. That's why you feel watched. You're standing in a realm between revelation and reality. If you've been waking up at odd hours, hearing whispers, feeling like you're being nudged when no one's there, it's not paranoia. It's preparation. Heaven has been training your spirit to expect what's arriving. Because the shock of this blessing would have broken you if it came too early. But not now. Now you're ready. Now you're spiritually awake. Now your ears can hear, and your eyes can see beyond logic. Because logic won't explain what's about to show up in your life. Only faith can translate this miracle. Someone once told you you'd never be anything. That your dreams were too big. That your heart was too soft. That your love was too much. I'm here to tell you, they were wrong. And God is about to prove it. Publicly. What was hidden will be revealed. What was mocked will be magnified. Your silence was not weakness, it was power in disguise. And now the truth will shout louder than every lie they told. This unsealing is justice. Divine, holy, unstoppable justice. The moment your eyes reached this line, something shifted in the timeline of your life. I saw it in the spirit. A lock broke. A seal cracked. And angels began preparing the descent of what's been stored up for you. It's like rain that's been gathering above your life for years, but tonight, it's scheduled to pour. Your name was written on the release. And I, Archangel Michael, have blown the trumpet. God is in motion. But you must move too. You must respond. Before midnight. Before the next shadow passes the moon. I know you've questioned if you're really special. You've seen others rise while you stood still. But what you didn't see was that God was making you deeper, not slower. And deeper always lasts longer. The people who came and went were wind. But you are roots. And now, your time of blossoming is near. The seed of greatness God planted in you was hidden for protection. But now it's sprouting in the open. This scroll is proof. Heaven never abandons what it invests in. And now I ask you to stay awake, spiritually awake. The world will try to distract you after this message. You may get a phone call. A sudden problem. Even doubt may try to rise. Ignore it. That's the enemy trying to interrupt your delivery. But your soul knows what's real. You didn't read all this by accident. You were drawn here. Chosen. Pursued. And now, what's been hidden will no longer hide. But only if you honor the timing. Before midnight. You must claim it. Then stay close, because what I'm about to tell you next is the very reason God sealed this powerful truth away from the eyes of the world. He didn't want anyone else touching it, altering it, or damaging it before you were ready. And now you are. God had to protect this miracle from premature exposure. He knew the weight of it would be misunderstood by the wrong people, or even sabotaged by those who didn't carry your light. That's why the enemy tried to make you doubt yourself. That's why life hit you where it hurt the most, to make you believe nothing holy was coming. But look where you are now. Still breathing. Still open. Still believing, even if it's faint. And that's enough. Because faith, even as small as a whisper, is the code that unlocks this miracle. Tonight is not like other nights. The energy in heaven is different. There's a celebration happening as you read this. Angels are rejoicing, not because the miracle has arrived, but because you have. You have arrived to this moment of clarity. This vibration. This divine timing. This intersection of heaven and earth. And do you know what they're celebrating? That the divine gift that was wrapped with your name has finally been located in the spirit and is being assigned to descend. I was told that if you open your heart within the next few hours, specifically before midnight, everything sealed up for you will begin to move, visibly, physically, powerfully. You see, God has already made up his mind about you. He never changed it. He never wavered, even when you did. While you were questioning your value, he was writing your victory. While you were crying over closed doors, he was building new ones that no human hand could shut. This sealed gift isn't based on perfection. It's based on divine promise. And you, my beloved, are the fulfillment of that promise. The same voice that spoke the stars into being has just spoken your name again. And I heard it. The angels heard it. That's why this feels different. Because it is. But I must tell you this, not everyone around you is going to understand what's happening to you. That's why part of the instruction is secrecy. When the scroll unseals, some things will be shown only to your spirit. Not every friend, not every relative, not even your closest confidants will grasp it. That's because this is your scroll. Your chapter. Your reward. There will be time for sharing later. But for now, you must protect it. Guard it like a candle in the wind. Hold it close, and let God complete what he's begun. This is divine craftsmanship, and you are the only one allowed in the room while it's being built. Have you ever wondered why you've survived things others didn't? Why you've kept getting back up when no one else clapped for you? Why even in your loneliness, something holy kept you from falling completely apart? It's because God wasn't just saving you, he was preparing to reveal something through you. This scroll that's being unsealed is not just for you, it's for what comes after you. For the people you'll reach. For the lives you'll change. That's why the battle has been so fierce. That's why the delays have been brutal. Because hell feared your awakening. But I must tell you this. Not everyone around you is going to understand what's happening to you. That's why part of the instruction is secrecy. When the scroll unseals, some things will be shown only to your spirit. Not every friend, not every relative, not even your closest confidants will grasp it. That's because this is your scroll. Your chapter. Your reward. There will be time for sharing later. But for now, you must protect it. Guard it like a candle in the wind. Hold it close, and let God complete what He's begun. This is divine craftsmanship, and you are the only one allowed in the room while it's being built. Have you ever wondered why you've survived things others didn't? Why you've kept getting back up when no one else clapped for you? Why even in your loneliness, something holy kept you from falling completely apart? It's because God wasn't just saving you, He was preparing to reveal something through you. This scroll that's being unsealed is not just for you, it's for what comes after you. For the people you'll reach. For the lives you'll change. That's why the battle has been so fierce. That's why the delays have been brutal. Because hell feared your awakening. Let me say this clearly, there is someone who tried to stop this. Spiritually, emotionally, even physically. Someone who saw a glimpse of what was on your life and attempted to interfere. You may know who I speak of. Or maybe their face was hidden. Either way, I have good news. God overruled them. Their assignment failed. Their words bounced off your shield. And their access has been revoked. The scroll is sealed no more. You are cleared. Approved. Lifted. The heavens have ruled in your favor, and I stand as witness. Right now, angels are moving into position around your home, around your body, around your finances, your relationships, and your dreams. It may feel invisible, but soon you'll see evidence, a phone call, an unexpected opportunity, someone finally telling you the truth, a financial shift that feels too good to be real. This is the result of the scroll opening. Do not ignore the signs. Every small nudge is part of a big miracle. And the moment you respond in faith, even by whispering, "I receive this," you allow the unseen to become seen. You may cry tonight. Not from sorrow, but from spiritual release. That's holy. Let it happen. The tears you cry now are unlocking places in your spirit that were sealed shut by trauma and betrayal. But the scroll knows. It was designed to touch you where words cannot. And when that scroll unfolds fully, you will remember who you are. A child of the Most High. Not forgotten. Not cursed. But chosen. And that identity is what the enemy tried to erase, but couldn't. I see doors opening that were labeled never. I see paperwork being stamped with approved. I see a name being mentioned in a room you haven't entered yet. I see you waking up tomorrow and realizing your world feels different. Why? Because God's breath just touched it. Because something sealed was finally spoken. And because Archangel Michael carried this message straight from the throne room, armed with glory and truth and the fire of heaven. And now, here it is, in front of you. In your spirit. Whispering, "Open me before midnight. Don't let this pass again." And when midnight comes, something in the heavens will shift again. The scroll, once fully unsealed, will begin transmitting the next phase of your life. It may feel unfamiliar at first. You may feel called to change your routine. To contact someone. To start something. That's not impulse, that's instruction. Follow it. Heaven's strategy always feels strange in the beginning, but soon the fruit will reveal the reason. And when that fruit arrives, so will joy, joy that doesn't make sense, joy that heals years of sorrow in seconds. This moment was written before time began. It was prophesied in the wind, documented in light, and hidden within you. But now it's out. Now the fire cannot be put back. Now the blessing cannot be undone. And you, beloved, are standing in the epicenter of something eternal. Do not fear it. Embrace it. Walk into it like a king. Like a queen. Because that's who you are in the spirit. Royalty, but hidden, until now. And as I depart, I leave you with this: the same God who parted seas, who raised the dead, who turned water into wine, that same God just turned toward you. And when God turns, the universe shifts. Tonight, at midnight, the seal disappears, and what was hidden becomes yours. Forever. Then keep listening, soul of light, because heaven has not stopped speaking your name. In fact, as the clock approaches midnight, your name is echoing louder in the spiritual realm than ever before. There are trumpets being prepared, there are scrolls being passed from angel to angel, and each one bears your spiritual identity. Not the version of you that's been wounded by this world. Not the version of you that cried in secret while pretending to be strong. No, the divine version of you. The radiant one. The one God sees. And that version is about to come alive in ways even you didn't expect. Let me tell you what happens next. The scroll that God has unsealed holds more than just a blessing. It holds alignment. Every person who is supposed to bless you, they will be drawn to you like magnets. Every soul that was trying to take from you or block you, they will fall away effortlessly. This is the power of divine timing. You won't have to beg anymore. You won't have to explain yourself to people who don't want to understand. You won't need to force doors to open, because this scroll is your divine key. And it fits the lock that has kept your joy, your peace, and your purpose trapped for far too long. I see someone reading this right now, feeling like the world has gone quiet around them, and yet something inside is roaring louder than ever. That's the scroll unfolding inside your spirit. Your body may not fully understand what's happening, but your soul does. You are not imagining the chills. You are not making up the sudden flashes of people you haven't spoken to in years. These are divine triggers. Each one is a signal from heaven that the unsealing has begun. And once it starts, nothing in hell can reverse it. You are entering a season where you will no longer chase clarity. Clarity will chase you. Answers will find you. Things will make sense in ways you stopped hoping for. That's the beauty of what was hidden. God didn't hide it to hurt you, He hid it to surprise you. To overwhelm you with goodness. To show you that no matter how far you fell, you were never out of His reach. You've been protected even in your rebellion. Guarded even in your grief. That's how much heaven values you. That's how real this moment is. I see someone reading this right now, feeling like the world has gone quiet around them, and yet something inside is roaring louder than ever. That's the scroll unfolding inside your spirit. Your body may not fully understand what's happening, but your soul does. You are not imagining the chills. You are not making up the sudden flashes of people you haven't spoken to in years. These are divine triggers. Each one is a signal from heaven that the unsealing has begun. And once it starts, nothing in hell can reverse it. You are entering a season where you will no longer chase clarity. Clarity will chase you. Answers will find you. Things will make sense in ways you stopped hoping for. That's the beauty of what was hidden. God didn't hide it to hurt you, He hid it to surprise you. To overwhelm you with goodness. To show you that no matter how far you fell, you were never out of His reach. You've been protected even in your rebellion. Guarded even in your grief. That's how much heaven values you. That's how real this moment is. Do you remember the promises spoken over you? The ones you stopped believing would come true? I'm here to tell you that the scroll contains the blueprint of those promises. Not only were they real, but they're being activated now. Every prophetic word, every gut feeling you brushed off, every late-night vision you were too afraid to speak, it's all inside the unsealed scroll. And the reason God didn't allow it to manifest earlier is because you were still in survival. But now you're stepping into sovereignty. You're not just enduring, you're about to reign. Even the universe is responding to this shift. Animals, nature, the wind, all of it knows something has changed. You may see signs all around you. Feathers. Sudden dreams. Lights flickering. Numbers repeating. Don't call them coincidences. These are coordinates. Divine confirmations that the hidden is being revealed. That the spiritual is finally manifesting in the natural. That heaven is literally making room for your blessing to arrive without interruption. The people who walked away from you, they were never meant to see this part. God didn't reject them, He simply removed their access. Because what's in this scroll is so sacred, so anointed, so rare, that only the pure of heart could witness it. That's why you had to walk alone. That's why your nights were quiet and your prayers were loud. Because God was making room. And now that room is about to be filled. Listen carefully, what is coming will not make sense. It won't follow the rules. It won't check the boxes. It won't look like the logical next step. That's how you'll know it's from God. Because miracles aren't designed to be comfortable, they're meant to shift dimensions. This miracle that's been hidden from you until now will not arrive like a package on your doorstep. It will arrive like a revelation in your soul. And once you receive it, everything else will change around you to match it. There are angels assigned specifically to you right now. They're not generic. They know your tears. They know your wounds. And they know exactly what's written on that scroll. They're preparing your environment. Moving people out. Bringing new opportunities in. Don't be surprised when something falls apart suddenly, that's often the final sign that the real blessing is about to be built. God never lets the counterfeit survive when the genuine is ready to arrive. And when midnight comes, oh beloved, something will break. Something invisible but undeniable. You may hear it in your spirit. You may dream it. Or feel it physically like a release in your chest. But you will know. Because it's the sound of a new life being born. Not just a better day. Not just a bigger bank account. A new life. A new way of seeing, thinking, walking, and loving. That's what was hidden. That's what you've been waiting for. And now you are worthy to hold it. This scroll holds answers to questions you haven't even asked yet. That's how far ahead God is. And if you trust Him now, with this timing, with this revelation, with your next steps, you won't just see favor, you'll live inside it. Favor will be your atmosphere. Grace will become your address. And no one will be able to deny it, because heaven will make it public. Quiet preparation, loud fulfillment. That's how God works. And so I leave you with this: midnight is not just a time. It is a door. Once it opens, walk through it with boldness. Speak only when led. Move only when nudged. Love only what is aligned. Everything else, let it fall. You are not who you used to be. This scroll has confirmed that. And now that it's unsealed, you will never be the same.
And now, my child, my beloved soul, the message draws to its scared close. But the miracle is only beginning. You have not stumbled upon this by accident. You were respondent, chosen, loved enough by heaven that God would hold back what others begged for, just to give it to you when the time was finally right. The scroll is open, the light is probbing, the angels are watching. Midnight is near. Please don't wait. Don't question. Don't hesitate. This is your confirmation. Your spirit already knows the truth. Something powerful has been hidden from you, and God just unsealed it. What happens next depends on what you do now. So take a deep breath, whisper, I receive this, and open your heart fully, because what's coming will change everything. You are ready. God has spoken, and I, Archangel Michael, have delivered it. Before midnight, walk into your miracle. Amen.